All right, welcome back everyone to my YouTube channel. It's been a while since I've posted. It's because, well, today's Tuesday, and I usually lift on Monday as my first day. But yesterday I went for my swim test at OFAI, Ontario Fire Administration, whatever. It's for firefighting, and I had to tread water for 10 minutes and then do 2 laps. So it was a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I was practicing all of last week. I put in around 6-8 hours of practice of just learning how to tread water properly. And I honestly have to give glory to God because I got lucky in a sense. The proctor there, the one that was marking, the one that was evaluating, he was chill. He was nice. And half the time he was talking to the lifeguard, he wasn't even really paying attention to us. He gave me 1 warning about my chin hitting the water, and 2 warnings means that you failed, you're out. So as soon as he gave me that one, it was like 4 minutes left, something like that. I was just treading as much as I could. I started off with proper form, right? You know, the hands going like this, the feet going like this, egg beaters. You know, if you know how to tread, you know what I'm talking about. It took me a while to learn all that, but I got until like 5 minutes like that, and then I'm like, oh no, I'm gassed. My hips are hurting. I'm just gassed. So I started using my arms a lot more, and then I went to like a doggy paddle because I overheard. So there was before we got into the pool, there was these 2 guys talking about how easy it was, even though I failed my first time around. It's not that easy. 10 minutes of treading is not that easy. But they were like, oh, it's so easy. I heard one guy pass by just doggy paddling. So my memory kicked in, and like I got tired. So I'm like, you know what? Let me try that. So I started doggy paddling in a sense, like just like moving my arms like this, like forcing myself up one by one because I have really strong arms. I have really strong legs as well. So what I started to do, instead of the egg beater, I started kicking. I started kicking with my feet just to keep myself up. I'm like, there's 3 minutes left. There's 2 minutes left. Just keep going. Oh my, it was crazy. I was out of breath, reached the 10 minutes. I was like, thank you. But now we got to do these 2 laps. I'm like, 2 laps easy. Start off strong, front stroke. Whew. I'm going, right? I'm the front of everyone. I'm going. I'm feeling good. Turn around, and I'm doing it. I get to the end of that last like first lap. Oh, I felt like I was gonna die. I couldn't breathe. I was like catching my breath. So what I did was, you're allowed 2 strokes done properly, obviously. So I did front stroke. And then on that second lap, I was like, I need air. I need to breathe. I cannot breathe right now. I am dying. So what I did was I switched from front. I started out, and then I switched over into my backstroke. And I was like, oh my, like, I don't know. It literally, like the Statue of Lily, felt like I was going to die. It was crazy. It was honestly like nuts. I finished it. It was the biggest workout. My legs felt like lead. My core was on fire. I was just dying. And at the end of it, I was just happy I passed. The proctor was like, what's your name? You passed. And I'm like, thank you. And then I had to give glory to God right there. And then I was like, I started doing the sign of the cross. I started like literally praising God because I don't know. For me, I see him working there. I saw him in that moment. The whole time I was treading water, I was saying the Our Father, the Hail Mary, glory be to God. And it's just to calm my nerves, calm my movement, because I get really tense. And in the water, I feel like I'm going to drown, in a sense that I can't keep afloat. I know I'm a strong swimmer, and I can go to the bottom of the pool and hold my breath for 2 to 5 minutes if I needed to. But when I need to keep afloat, I can't. And I don't know why, but I sink. I sink so much. I'm 240 pounds, right? that is a lot of weight to keep above the water. And yeah, you're supposed to be more buoyant and less weight in a sense in the water, but I'm not. I'm a rock. I literally sink so fast when I get in the water. So I was just, whole time saying my prayers just to keep a calm mind. And this may work for you, this may not work for you, but it worked for me. I enjoy when I say my prayers and I just know God is there with me, guiding me, and he takes my anxieties away, takes my worries away, and that's what God is there for. At the end of the day, we are not here, we're not put on this earth to worry and have this anxiety, right? We're not supposed to be worrying about tomorrow. We're supposed to be enjoying today. And that's how I see it, at least. My views are God did not put us on this earth to constantly be worrying about what's going to happen next, what our next meal is going to be. And I know I've talked about this before, but we need to just put our trust into God, because the devil wants us to worry. Because if the devil gets us to worry, if the devil gets us to be anxious, then guess who we're going to turn our backs off? Like, we're going to turn our backs on, we're going to say, you know what, God's not real. Like, why would I feel this way? If God is real, he would take this pain away, right now. But no. If you know the story, you know Jesus, which is his only son, which Jesus is God. So, and Jesus died on the cross. He suffered greatly, immensely, way more than we'll ever suffer, realistically. His family and friends turned their back on him when he was trying to be like, I am the Son of God. I am the body of God. Everyone was like, that's blasphemy. You're not supposed to be saying that. You can't say that. Even though he did all these miracles, he healed people in front of everyone, people turned their back on him. People hated him wholeheartedly. So much that they wanted to crucify him, which is so brutal. They made him carry his own cross. They made him die up there, nails into his wrists, into his feet, right? And just hung there to die, basically dry out. So how I see it is, if God came down to suffer, then we are also going to suffer on this earth. But I believe that the suffering will just lead us closer to God. And that's kind of where we need to stand, where we need to get closer to God, is in that suffering. And that's why he allows it. And it's not that he's allowing it, but we're choosing it. At the end of the day, we get to choose our life. And at the end of the day, I believe we're choosing that suffering over that trust in God. And it takes time to build up that trust. That's 100% true. I'm not going to deny that. It's like anything in life. But you have to give it a shot. Because if you don't give it a shot and you never try, how will you ever know? So enough ranting. Enough of that. I literally just wanted to come on here and say, I passed my swim test and I'm so happy about it. But, I believe you gotta give glory to God. We got a fun day today. Little squats, little bench. I'll grab my phone. We got low bar squats, ascending. So we're going to be going up in weight, 5. My coach has put already the weight for the first and second set. He's put a guide for that last set. And then I have a low bar fatigue triple. So 3 sets of 5 and then 1 set of a fatigue triple. He's also put a max weight for that. We'll see how we feel. Last week, my last day, I think it was the Friday, I was doing squats, the pause squats, and everything felt off. It was heavy. I was so done with that session. But we got through it, and we're going to get through it here today. We're going to see how this feels. I haven't eaten today. I went to work at 5:45 a.m., Came home and I'm like, let's set it up, let's lift, because if I start eating and I start relaxing, I'm not going to want to lift. So I said, let's set up the camera, let's get this going, get the squats, the bench. It's a light day today, light in a sense that I have 4 sets for my squats and then 5 sets for my bench. My bench is sets of 3, so it's the paused reps. My coach was saying how everything is starting to look really good and that my body should be kind of acclimating in a sense, like really just getting used to the movements and the rep ranges. He also noted that I tend to fatigue off of those sets of 5s. And I believe that's because when I trained for powerlifting before, I used to train, so I'd warm up with sets of 5. So basically my first 2 sets would be 5s. And then I'd go into my triples and do like 3 sets in my triples. And then I'd do a single. And that's how I would train always for my squats, for my bench, for my deadlift. I always neglected my bench, as you guys know. Don't like bench. So I'd go into the gym for my bench days and I would just rip like a plate, go to 2 plates, put on 25s and like push that for 3, try to push more a little bit for 1. And then I'd like go down back to 2 plates, wrap it out. And then I'd be like, I'm done. I'm out of here. And I'd finish off bench so quickly. With this program though, I'm benching like every day, which is needed. Bench, you need those reps. You need that hypertrophy in those muscles to bench more. Realistically, bench, the size of your chest will equal like how much you lift. Where it's like with squats and deadlifts, it doesn't really matter how big your legs are or how big your back is. At the end of the day, it is technique. But with chest, like the size of your chest muscles will equal like how much more you can lift. And that's like, obviously you still need good technique, which will boost your numbers up. But that's just like how I've noticed it, is the bigger my chest gets, like the stronger I get, obviously, in a sense that I need to lift more weight with more reps, instead of before I would lift like lighter weights that was more comfortable, but then I would fatigue with like 20 reps. Chest was like, I'd go so hard on the rep ranges, but not on the weights. So now it's kind of opposite for this program. Got to get those weights up, got to get that fatigue up with the weights and see how we feel. But day 1, week 4, which is crazy. This is the last week for our first month on this program. And we're feeling good. I'm definitely getting stronger. I'm definitely getting denser. I can just notice myself getting denser, and it's feeling good. I'm hyped up right now because I'm just waiting for my coach to be like, there's gonna be a meet coming up soon. I'm waiting for that like text because I really want to do my like second meet, my first meet in this year though. Hyped up, but we got to keep training. We got to get stronger, because when that meet comes around, I want to lift big numbers. I don't want to just go there to lift. I want to compete. As always, I'm here to compete. So let's do that. Let's get this set up. Let's get our warm-ups done. Also, my coach kind of gave me a little shitty. I don't know what that was, but he told me to wear shoes on my bench. So I'm just going to wear shoes from now on. I have my powerlifting shoes. They are just the flat shoe, the small shoe. I'll show you. This is my right shoe, but it's just like the deadlift shoe. It just allows more grip. I wasn't using them just because, as always, I tend to do things without equipment. So when I put equipment on, I feel better, stronger. And yeah, so we'll warm up, get the sleeves on, We'll get the shoes on, get the belt on, and then we'll go into those working sets. Let's do this. Come on. All right. Warm-up sets are complete, which I'm feeling good about them. Felt pretty explosive, pretty stable, and that's with no equipment on. So I put on the knee sleeves, I have my belt, just need to get the shoes, put on the shoes, and we'll see how it feels all together. Got the 3 working sets. We're starting off here at 145 kgs, and we'll work our way up from there. Just want to take a moment here though, take a breather, take a rest before I get into those working sets. Want to just chat with you guys and tell you how I feel. I know that I already had a big chat at the start, but that was more about my swim test and about just giving glory to God, giving praise to God, and giving him our worries and anxieties for him to help us achieve a better, more enjoyable life, let's say. But with that being said, I want to let you know that, yes, I believe and I trust in God, and I know things happen for a reason. But it's been hard for me lately, if I want to be open and honest with you guys and tell you how I feel. I know I've said this before, but I've not been feeling the best. I don't know if you guys know, I don't know if I've mentioned this, but recently I had to end things with a girl, and I'm not going to lie, it did hurt. I've been trying to recover in a sense. I've been trying to forgive myself and forgive her. And it's just been difficult. So just a little backstory. We met when I went back to college, and we were hanging out a lot, and she just seemed so like perfect, so right for me. Everything she told me, everything that she said she wanted for the future, resonated with me and lined up with everything that I wanted for the future. Looking back on it now, it's hard to say if she was telling the truth or not. But I still want to choose to believe her, even though she did end up hiding things from me and, in a sense, lying. When you hide things from another person, and they tell you that that's their biggest fear, and they ask you for reassurance, and you give them that reassurance, and then they find out that, well, you were hiding things on your phone. It hurts. But we're here. We're still alive. But it's just been difficult. It's been difficult because I'm trying to figure out everything and like why it happened. And I know that I'm just going to spiral into a big hole trying to figure these things out instead of just leaving it up to God. But it's just so difficult. Like, part of me is still holding on to her, and part of me is like looking for her text. I'm waiting for her to like want me back, in a sense. I guess like I've always just wanted someone that wanted me. And I've just been waiting for her text and be like, I apologize. Like, I noticed what I did wrong and I fixed what I did wrong, and I really want to try and make this work. That to me is like, I don't know, would fill my heart in a sense. Even though she did what she did, I would still make things work. If she did change, I would still want to try with that relationship, because she was just funny and amazing and weird, wacky. And I like to say the tism, like I have the tism, which is like I'm undiagnosed on the spectrum for autism, in a sense, where I'm weird, I'm wacky, and I'm not the societal norm, I guess you'd say. Like, when you're around me and I'm comfortable with you and I'm out in public, I don't care, because I will do whatever and my brain will just like fire off. But she was like just so, you know? But at the end of the day, things happen for a reason. And how I like to see it is like, she was there in my life to prep me for when my wifey comes. Not to say that she can't be my wifey, but in that moment, who she was back then was not my wifey. Not to say she can't change and better herself, and God will line us up and I'll be with her. But I now need to move on, because who I knew who she was is not who she is today, in a sense. We are constantly changing, and I know I'm trying to constantly better myself, better who I am from just yesterday. 1%, 0.5% even, 0.2%, just better myself as much as I can each and every day. It's not easy, it is difficult, and it is a choice at the end of the day. You need to choose to better yourself each and every day and choose the better choices, which not easy. We'll see what God has planned. I'm excited for the future. I'm happy about the past, but I need to be present in this moment. And in this moment, I'm lifting. I am filming for you guys. And you know what? I got like 35 subscribers, something like that, which I checked back and I was like, no shot I have that many subscribers. So thank you guys. Thank you for whoever hit that subscribe button. Thank you for whoever's watching my videos, liking my videos. I appreciate all of it. I really do. Because a month ago I had 27 subscribers, and now I got 35. That's like almost 10 subscribers in a month. And that makes me excited. Even if I could just get that same amount next month or double that amount next month, and go up 20 subscribers next month, I would be ecstatic. Just to know that you watched my video and you said, I like this guy. I'm subbing to his account, which is crazy to me. But yeah, thank you guys. Enough blabber, enough talking. I'm sorry for that mood dip, I guess you could say. From the start of the video, I was up here talking about how God's great and how I passed my swim test and how excited I am for that, to now after my warm-ups and just talking about my past relationship and how it failed and how I wish it didn't, I guess. But I want to say this. I want to put this in there that it wasn't just her. I had my own issues that I needed to take care of, and I recognize that. I do. And I've been trying so hard to really correct those issues so that, hey, if she does come back around and she's better, that I'm better for her, or for the next wifey that comes around, I'm better for that woman. And that's all it is at the end of the day. Is God put me in that relationship, and maybe it was to show me that maybe I wasn't ready in that moment, and that there's still things I need to fix. So I've been trying to fix them. It has not been easy, I'll tell you that much. I'm struggling, but we're getting there in the end. I cannot blame just her for the failed relationship at all. I'll say that. It was a two-way street. It always is. It's never one-ended. It cannot be. It's not possible. And part of me really hates because I broke up with her, because in the moment, that's what felt right. And that's what everyone's been telling me, is that you made the right decision. You did. For me, it doesn't feel that way, because it feels like I gave up on that relationship, even though she did so much that didn't line up with my values. And me staying in there, I would have had to ask her to do things that she should have already done at the beginning of that relationship, or even just when we were 2 months in, right? But enough said with that. Let's get these working sets going. I am sorry for the blabber, but at the end of the day, if you're watching this video, if you subscribe to my account, it's because you like the blabber. I'm trying to share my life, share my lessons that I've learned, so that maybe you guys can grow and not make those same mistakes. Or even if you do make those same mistakes, know you're not alone. Know that I'm here making those with you. Because at the end of the day, we learn from our own mistakes. It would be nice if we learn from other people's mistakes, and some people do, but for me, I learn from my own mistakes. I gotta do it. I gotta mess up. I gotta really get slapped in the face to like fix up. And that's what God had to do for me in this relationship. Not to say it may not come back, because anything is possible. I believe that, but in this moment, it doesn't look like it's happening. But that's okay, because that means another top tier woman is coming, a better woman, my wifey, is coming at the end of the day. And whoever that is, I hope maybe you're watching this right now and you're like, this guy is a loser. And then I meet you and then boom, we meet, we talk, and then you're like, yo, I sub to you. And that's crazy. Okay, enough with the the fantasies of the future. I'm going to get my shoes. Let's get these lifting going. We got 3 sets of 5 into the physique triple, and then we got bench. Let's do this together. Come on. All right. I am feeling it right now. That last set, my fatigue triple, was honestly a bit difficult. I overshot at the bottom there on my second rep. I went too deep into the pocket, and it honestly felt like a journey to get out of there. But we finished it. We finished our squats in the end, and we're on our bench. We have 5 sets of 3 paused reps. We want to make sure we really get into those 3 seconds, and that will be the end of our training session. I just wanted to just mention in here that, like, I'm not trying to make a whole sob story. I'm not trying to be like, boo-hoo, I got hurt, and now this is where I am. I'm trying to show you that right now I am in a mental battle. I am in a battle with myself and my heart and my mind, in a sense. That, like, every day I wake up and I go along my day, but then I think of my past, and I think of the girl, and my heart feels like there's a little hole in it, right? And it just doesn't feel nice. And I'm trying to share this with you to show you that you can't let that stop you. You got to continue. You got to keep going with life. You can feel shitty. Yeah, it's okay to feel shitty. It's okay to feel down. It's okay to feel sad. And yeah, if you want to take a day to just rest and lay down and be with your feelings, then do that. But it's not okay to push your feelings away. It's not okay to hide from them in either TikTok or in self-pity or in whatever. You can feel sad, you can feel upset, and do things with your life. You don't need to just sit there. You don't need to push those thoughts away. You can sit with those thoughts. You can learn to be okay with those thoughts. You can understand why you're feeling these things. And that's where it comes down to. I'm trying to show you that even though I'm feeling like poo, even though I wake up every day and I don't want to do anything, I just want to lay in bed, you can't let that happen. You have to get up and you have to keep moving. And that's what I'm trying to show you, is that I'm moving. I'm trying to film and edit for you guys. I'm trying to get somewhere with this powerlifting. I'm trying to keep pushing forward with even my firefighting. I'm just trying. At the end of the day, that's all you can ask of yourself, is to just try. But if you know you're not trying and you know you want to start trying, then maybe this is your sign. Start trying. Get up, move, go for a walk, do something. It's okay to feel down. It's okay to feel shitty. But don't hide from those feelings, because I was once there, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I still do that. I hide from my feelings at times. I notice myself, like every time I have these thoughts, or I remember something and I have that feeling in my heart, all I want to do is like pick up my phone and just get lost in TikTok. And I do sometimes, I'm not gonna lie to you. But like, you got to notice that. You got to notice that you're doing that. And then you got to put it down and be like, why do I feel this way? And most of the time I can kind of turn it around. I can say, you know what? Yeah, I have that memory. And yeah, it was a great time. I'm so glad that I got to experience that. And yeah, it's over, sure. That's the sad part. But why is that sad? You got to experience that. You got to do that, right? With that person. And that's just amazing. And you got to keep positive, because if you got to do it with that person and that person wasn't your wife, wasn't your person, imagine what you get to do when you get better. God presents you with your person, your wifey, your husband, whoever that is. And then you get to go on those adventures. You get to enjoy life with your person. But that would have never happened if you stuck to someone that you knew wasn't right for you. You know what I mean? You gotta stay positive. And I tried to stay positive, and I tried to tell myself that, like, it's happening for a reason, and I'm gonna meet my wifey. That person could be your wifey, but like the better version of them in that future when you guys meet again. Or just a better person comes into your life and you get to actually spend time with your wifey, instead of sticking around with someone that in your heart you knew was never your person to begin with. You know what I mean? I'm trying to help you guys stay positive. I'm trying to help myself stay positive right now. And that's kind of why I'm saying this. I want to help you guys, but it's helping me just talking about it. So again, I don't want to be here to have a sob story and please like my video because blah, blah, blah. No, like, I'm just showing you that life's tough and emotions are emotions. I feel shitty. I cry. I'm sad. I'm mad, but that's okay. Those are emotions. But you need to learn those emotions. You need to learn why you're feeling the way you're feeling. And then you need to learn to control those feelings. And then you just got to keep moving in life. with that being said, this whole video is just going to be a big rant with like minimal lifting. I got this bench session to do. Let's get this session done. We got 5 sets, 3-second pauses, 3 reps each set, and then we're done. I hope you enjoyed the video so far. Let's get warmed up. Let's get feeling good. Blood pumping in that chest, in those shoulders, in those arms. And let's get doing it. Wait, what? Let's get going? Doing it. Same difference. Oh my. That was a good bench session, I'm not gonna lie. I felt really, really good. Felt like I stayed tight throughout the whole movement. I felt like my pauses were 3 seconds or longer, and everything just felt really light up until that last set. But that felt good. I'm actually happy about that session for bench at least. Squat was all right as well, but really happy about that bench session, which never really happens that way. So thank you for watching. As always, hit that like, hit that subscribe, comment down below. And I hope you have a wonderful week ahead of you, and may God bless you. Peace.